Dear students, let us perform the new laboratory experiment. First of all, go to the AWS Academy, go to the classroom of Cloud Foundation. In the Cloud Foundation, you go to the module. So in module 7, you will find the laboratory for working with EBS. Click on it. Then click on load the laboratory 4. Now here all the instructions are given. You need to follow all these instructions step by step. So now here right now AWS is given with the red dot, so it is not working. When I start laboratory, this dot will convert into yellow and then into the green, then my laboratory environment will be ready. So meanwhile, let us look at the experiment. So here in the diagram you can see that here we are going to work with the EBS module, Amazon Elastic Block Storage Volume. So now this is our instance, Amazon EC2 instance. We are going to create the EBS volume, and then that volume we are going to attach with our instance. So this is one task. Another task is create a snapshot. That means a backup of the volume. We will create a backup of the volume. So this kind of activity we are going to perform in the experiment. You can see these are the topic. Create an Amazon EBS volume, attach and mount your volume to the instance, and then we are going to create a snapshot of our volume. So we are going to take the backup of our EBS volume, and then we are going to create a new volume from the snapshot, and then that volume we are going to attach with the EC2 instance. So let us see what do you mean by Amazon EBS Elastic Block Store. First, it is a persistent storage. Persistence means data remain even after the power is turned off. It is having the general purpose volume, so it is a raw unformatted block device that can be used from any operating system. So you can attach this volume with the Windows or with the Linux. It provides a high performance, high reliability. It is designed for the high resiliency. That means the failure rate is a 0.1% and 1%. It is having the size from 1 GB to 16 TB, and it is very easy to use. So these are the features that we are going to see in our next experiment. So now we can see that AWS is having a green signal, so I can open the lab environment, click on this. So now this is your dashboard where you are going to perform the experiment. This experiment is divided into the 6 tasks. So let us perform. First task is create a new EBS volume. So first go to the EC2. So you can search EC2 and then you click on EC2. So here on the left side you will find the option of instances. So let us see how many instances are available. Important instance is a lab. This is a lab and this is running. The other is a terminated, or we no need to bother about the other instances. So this is our instance laboratory which we are going to use, which is in the running state. So here first of all what we need to check, and remember the availability zone name. So this is the availability zone and this is US East 1A. So this is my availability zone for my instance laboratory. So I need to remember, and I am going to use the same in nearby future. So now to create a new volume, I need to go to the volume. So here in the EBS menu, I will find the volume option, snapshot option, and the lifecycle manager option. So first I will click on a volume. So here few volume are already available. So 8 GB, 9 GB is available. I will create a volume. So I click on create volume. So here I can select the volume type. So many type of volume are available. I will select as per the menu. So I will select the GP2 SSD. Then the size of 1 GB as mentioned in the manual. I need to check the availability zone. See here you need to have the same availability zone as your EC2 instance. So EC2 instance was in US East 1A, and I will also go with the same. Then I will add tag. In add tag I need to add the key as a name, and then here this is my volume, so I will say my VOLUME, my volume. That's it, and then I will create a volume. So here my volume is available with the size of 1 GB, but here I need to wait for the status. Okay, so my volume state is now available. So if it is into the creation state, you need to wait for the availability. So it is available. Now task 2, attach this volume to the instance. So whatever the volume we have created, we need to attach it. So what I will do, I will click on my volume, and then I will go to the action, and in action I will choose the attach volume. So this is how I am going to attach my volume, and here I need to choose the instance. So here my instance is lab. So I will select the lab instance, and I need to give the device name. So here I will give the device name as a dev sdf. Select it. So now I will say attach volume. So now I can check the status over here. See, now this volume is in use. Previously it was available. Now once you do attachment, you can use it. Now I will perform the task 3, that is connect to your Amazon EC2 instance. Here now what I need to do, I need to attach my volume with the Linux system. So first I need to go to my instance. So here again on left side, I will click on the instances. This instance is available, so I need to click the same instance, and here the option is given to connect. So I need to connect my instance first, and then I will attach the new volume. So here in the EC2 instance connect, no need to make any changes. You just click on connect. So now you are going to connect with your instance. That means it will open a Linux terminal. So here now my instance is available. See, previous window you need to make it available. Don't close this window, right? Because again some task we are going to perform over here. So now over here I need to write some command to create and configure file system. So here let us see the command df-h. Df, that means a disk free. That means it will display the disk space usage. That our 1 GB disk which we have added over here, it is not available. So now we need to perform the task 4. The task 4 is create and configure your file system. I need some command, so I am not going to type command every time. I will do copy paste from the manual. So let us again go to the manual. In manual I will go to the task 4, which is a create and configure your file system. So we have already performed this command. Now I am going to perform this task, that is a create an ext3 file system on the new volume. So I will copy this command, and here I cannot directly use the control V. I need to do the right click of the mouse, and then it will give you such option, and then you click on paste. This is how you can do the paste with the terminal. So now what this entire command will do, it will format a new file system of type external 3 on the disk dev sdf. Enter. So now the task is done. Now once you do the format, you need to create a directory. So we are going to create a directory. Again I will copy the command, right click, paste, and enter. So now what this command will do, now in this command it will create the new directory having the name data store inside the mount directory. Now we are going to mount the new volume. So again I will copy this command, and I will paste it over here, and I will give enter. Here it will attach the storage device means dev sdf, to the directory mount data store, so it can become accessible. By this command our storage will be accessible. Now let us go for the next command. So here you can see this command. Okay, this command looks some complicated, but it is a easy and very important command. So now this command, see, it will make the mount of device SDF permanent. Without this, the mount will be done, but it will be disappear after reboot. So now I will check this into the file system table. Now this command, you can find this line over here. So now let us view the available store. So I will use the same command df-h. So here you can see that device xvdf 975 megabyte, right? And the directory details are here, mount and data store. So now our volume is available, visible and ready to use. Now our volume is available. We are going to use this volume. We are going to create some file, some text file, and then in that text file we are going to write some data. So here by this command I will write and create the text file. So now first paste. Now see this command. This command will create a new file. The file name will be file.txt in the mount data store directory. Now I will verify the file. I will do copy paste command and I will give enter. So you can see that the file is open. So now we will perform the next task, which is a create an Amazon EBS snapshot. So what I will do, I will take backup of this volume in which our file is available. So I need to go to the dashboard. So this is our dashboard, right? So here I will create a snapshot of our EBS volume. Here new Amazon EBS volume can be created out of snapshot, cloning or restoring the backup. So now let us go to the EC2 console and choose the volume. So here this is the volume. So here in the volume I will select my volume, and then in the action I will find all the options. So I need to create a snapshot, so I will click on a create snapshot. So here you can write the description, but we are not going to write it. Then add tag, and here give the name, and the value is my snapshot, and then create a snapshot. So now here in left side again click on snapshot, and I can see that my snapshot is available. So now I have taken the backup of the data. Okay, still the status is pending. I need to wait to update the status. So here now the status has been updated. So snapshot task is completed. So now what I will do, I will delete the file which was available in EC2 instance. So I will remove this file, right? So now again you need to come to the instance. So now this black screen is my instance. Now in this black screen I will write some command. So this task is performed, and I will write this command. rm command is used to remove the file. So now let us verify this. So as the command is given, here I can see that now the file is not available. So now what we will do, file is deleted from the system. So now I will restore the Amazon EBS snapshot. So we have already taken the backup. So from that backup, means from that snapshot, I will convert it into the volume. So first of all, I need to go to the snapshot. I will select the snapshot. So this is my snapshot. I will go in action, and here the first option, create volume from snapshot. So now from this snapshot we are going to create a volume. So click on it. Here we don't need to change anything. We need to just check the availability zone. Availability zone should be same as our instance availability zone. So it is same. Now I will go and add tag. In add tag, key is a name, and the value is restored volume. And then I will say create volume. So I need to go to the volume and I need to verify it. So here you can see that volume is available. So now I need to attach this volume with the instance, and then I need to verify it. So I need to select the restored volume, and through the action I will say attach volume, Here I need to say instance is a lab. In device name, you set the device name as a dev, and then now sdg. So make sure the name should be same, and then click on attach volume. Now this volume is available with the new in use status. So now again I need to attach this volume. So I will use the command. So let us go to the task list. So now this command will create a new directory which is having a name data store 2 inside the mount. Now again you need to mount the new volume. So same command we are going to use. Now it will mount the device. Here this time it is SDG, device SDG to the mount data store to directory. Now let us verify the volume. Okay, this is the command. Here you can see that your file text is available over here, right? So now we have performed all the 6 tasks, and now let us close this. This is how we have completed all the tasks. We have successfully recovered and verify the file. See here again I need to go to this menu. I will submit my work, then I will get the mark. So here I will submit the work. It will ask me. Once everything is uploaded, you will find the submission report and grade. Both are important. From the submission report, you can find the how task is performed. If there is any error, it will show you, and you can re-perform it. So here my total score is 25 out of 25. And now let us check the submission report. So this is how it evaluating the different tasks. That's it, how you can perform your experiment. Thank you very much.